Now this sock will have an 8 round repeat, which means I'm going to show you 8 rounds, and those 8 rounds are the established repeat, and those will be worked over and over for the foot or the instep of the sock, and then also of our leg. We will be doing some increasing, like I said, later on, but for now, we don't need to yet, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at working those beautiful stitches across the front of our sock that create that look that we are all after. So I am going to be doing this 8-row repeat on camera, plus I will also go back to row 1 just to show the transition between round 8 and round 1. And then it will be kind of in your cord at that point to do that repeat until we get to the heel. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's go ahead and jump right in with round 1. I'm going to move my stitch marker, but keep it handy. We definitely want to keep moving this up as we go and using it for the first stitch of every single round. So the first stitch of this round is a split single crochet in the first. Yep, nothing's changed. Not yet, at least. So we're going to go ahead and mark that stitch. And now we're going to work in the back loop only, which is this back loop here. So we're not going through both loops. We're only going through the back loop only. And we are going to single crochet 3 stitches in the back loop. Then we are going to split single crochet the next 3 stitches. And now we are going to work in the back loop only again for 4 stitches. So we will single crochet in the back loop only for 4 stitches. And now we are going to skip the next stitch. We're going to skip it completely, and we are going to split single crochet in the next 3 after that skip stitch. Now we are going to chain 1, and then in the very next stitch, do a single crochet in the back loop. Chain 1 and single crochet in the back loop only into the next stitch. Then we are going to single crochet in the back loop only next 2 stitches. And then this is where we start the repeat around the back of our foot. You could say the bottom of our foot. So we're working this nice cable stitch kind of along the top of our foot. And along the bottom, we're going to start working in a unique pattern stitch as well. And that is we are going to do the next stitch as a split single crochet, and then the next one as a single crochet in the back loop only. And we're going to be repeating that until the end of the round. So we have not changed our stitch count. We still have 40 stitches. We're going to be doing that split single crochet and then a single crochet in the back loop only until we get to the end of the round. Now, if you're following the written pattern, you're going to read a note right now that talks about the chain 1 in this round that we just did. When we're working across this foot here, which we can't really see our full design yet, but we will very soon. That chain 1 stitch that we used is very easy to miss, especially if you're going from round 8 back to round 1 or even this next round. So just remember that the chain 1 we put in there does count as a stitch, and we do need to use it. And now I'm going to show you how. We're going to be starting round 2. We're going to move our stitch marker. Split single crochet into that very first stitch and then replace our stitch marker as the first stitch in the round. And now we are going to work the next 3 stitches as single crochet in the back loop only. The next 3 stitches will be single crochet, split single crochet into each of those. And then we are going to single crochet 3 into the back loop only. And then we will skip 1 and split single crochet into the next. And here we are at our chain stitch. This one can be easy to miss, but we want to work that stitch. We are going to chain 1 and single crochet into that chain space. It's a small chain space, but we don't want to miss it. So we're going to single crochet into that chain space, and then we are going to work the next 3 stitches in the back loop only. And that's that part for working that cable look section across here. And now we're going to go back and working in our pattern across the bottom part of the foot, where we do a split single crochet and a single crochet in the back loop only. And this is where it will start to get easier the more rounds we get. You won't even really have to think about it, especially for this section. You'll just be following what we did for the round below for this section. Whenever you see a split single crochet, you create a split single crochet into that stitch, and then a single crochet in the back loop only when there's the stitch below is single crochet in the back loop only. So this repeat section across the sock is quite nice and easy. So now that we're not increasing, you can tell that our sock is really starting to take that more round shape. And that's what's going to continue to happen, is that toe will form more of a toe and we'll be working around and around. So it's no longer looking as flat. For round 3, we are going to start the same way as before. We are going to do a split single crochet into the very first stitch and go ahead and then we are going to single crochet in the back loops only of the next 3 stitches. Split single crochet the next 3 stitches. Then we are going to do a single crochet in the back loop only for 2 stitches. Then we're going to skip the next stitch and work 3 split single crochets. And after that, we are going to chain 1, single crochet in the chain space from the round below. Then we are going to do a split single crochet into the next stitch, and then single crochet in the back loop only for the next 3. And that is round 3. The remaining stitches of the round will be in that split single crochet stitch and then single crochet in the back loop only all the way to the end of the round. We can kind of see how this is working out so far. It's really exciting to see these stitches take place. Just wait for it. It's going to get even better. Let's go ahead and start round 4 right after we finish working these stitches along the back of our sock. For round 4, we can go ahead and move our stitch marker and then split single crochet in the first and then place our stitch marker. But I want to show you a little trick if you feel comfortable doing so and you don't want to have to keep moving your stitch marker on every round. You can go ahead and mark one of the stitches right below it, and you will never lose place as long as you're looking down this line. So the first stitch of the round for this is always worked into the first stitch of the round, if that makes sense. It will always be a split single crochet for this sock. So it's okay if you just want to like leave your stitch marker down here, and it's easy to follow this line up knowing where the first stitch in your round is. However, first time doing this sock, maybe go ahead and move it up every single round, but we have to make 2 of these unless you just want to walk around with 1 sock. But I want to show you this trick because occasionally I just kind of like to throw that in there. I can tell the more we work this up where my first stitch of the round is, and I'm good to go. Now that we have our first stitch of the round as a split single crochet, we are going to single crochet in the back loop only for the next 3 stitches. And then we are going to do split single crochet stitches into each of the next 3. And then we will single crochet in the back loop only. And this is where we are going to skip a stitch and then split single crochet the next 3 stitches. Here is our chain stitch that tries to hide on us in a good way because it really helps us take shape, but we don't want to miss it. We're going to chain 1 and then single crochet into that chain space from the round below. And then we're going to do 2 split single crochet stitches into each of the next 2. So we did the chain one, single crochet in the chain space, and then did one split stitch into each of the next two. Then we will single crochet in the back loop only for 3. And here we are already. We are at the point where we work our split single crochet and our single crochet in the back loop only. And we repeat that until the end of round 4. Now for round 5. For round 5, we will split single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the back loop in each of the next 3 stitches, split single crochet into each of the next 3, then we are going to skip this next stitch. We're not going to be working any stitches in between these now in the back loop only. So we're going to skip the next stitch and continue to split single crochet into each of the next 3. Now we are going to chain 1, single crochet in that chain space from the previous round, and then split single crochet in each of the next stitches. And then single crochet in the back loops only of the next 3. And we are already at the point where we get to work the rest of this round in split single crochet and single crochet in the back loop only all the way until the end of round 5. I know at this point we can kind of see where we're headed, but we can't see the full picture just yet. So we'll keep on going, but I wanted to note, you'll notice that this fabric right here has a bit of a wave to it. That is totally normal. I don't want you to think you're doing anything wrong, so I'm stopping to let you know. If it looks like mine, you've got it just right. I also have this little bit of drop off here. It's just the way that when the stitches move, how they just end up going that way. But it evens out as we go. And just like in knitting, whenever we're increasing and decreasing, it can change the way the fabric lays. But this can all block out as well towards the end. So don't stress about that. Just keep on going, moving with these stitches. I am loving this color of yarn so far, and I hope you're enjoying this so far in working this up. I think it's fun. I don't find it too hard once you get used to the way the stitches work in this pattern. So here we go for round 6. We are going to do a split single crochet into the first stitch, and then single crochet in the back loop only for the next 3. And then we are going to split single crochet 2 stitches, then skip the next split single crochet and work in 1 split single crochet into each of the next 3. Now we will chain 1 and single crochet into that chain space from the round below. And then in our next stitch, we are going to single crochet into the back loop only, and then single crochet the next 3 as split single crochets. And then single crochet in the back loop only for the next 3. And that is round 6. And for the rest of the round, we will do the split single crochet and the single crochet in the back loop only, alternating between those 2 stitches until we get to the end of round 6. So round 7, here we go. We will split single crochet into the first stitch, single crochet in the back loop only for the next 3, split single crochet 1, then we're going to skip the next stitch and split single crochet into each of the next 3. Then chain 1 and single crochet into that chain 1 space from the round below, and then working in the back loop only, single crochet into the next 2. Then split single crochet into the next 3. And then working in the back loops only, single crochet the next 3. And that's round 7. So it does go pretty quick once you get in the groove of it. And now we'll just simply work that split single crochet and single crochet in the back loop only for the remaining part of this round 7. And here we are already at round 8. So once again, round 8 is the completion of the first established row pattern repeat. So it's just rounds 1 through 8. But I will come back for round 1 one more time because I think that's important to see the transition between round 8 to round 1 so you can do some easy. So for round 8, we're going to start by doing a split single crochet into the very first and then single crocheting in the back loop only for 3 stitches. Then we're going to skip the next stitch and split single crochet the next 3 stitches. Then we will chain 1, single crochet into the chain space from the round below, then do 3 single crochets into the back loop only. And then in the next 3, do split single crochets. And then single crochet into the back loop only for 3. And then we'll keep on going with our split single crochet and single crochet in the back loop only, working that stitch pattern until the end of round 8. And this is our repeat. Believe it or not, if we keep repeating this, it gives us that beautiful, beautiful look of a mock cable. You'll notice right here, this seems like a bit pointy. When I block this, especially when I block it on a sock blocking thingy, I'm sure there's an official phrase for that. I'll look it up. A sock blocker, I guess. It really does help like even that out. And as you wear it, if there's any type of like, it may seem like there might be some pushing or puckering here, it works out fine, especially because this yarn is very forgiving. It's stretchy. It's really perfect for socks. And so it's very forgiving in that aspect. So I'm going to finish this round 8 and come back and show you round 1 one more time. Now, when you get back to the round 1 after working round 8, I want to show you what happens. I know I've worked a little bit more here. I'm kind of coming back to it so that I can show you. So for round 1, after working the 8 round repeat, we're going to start our first stitches the same way. We'll split single crochet in the first, and then we'll single crochet in the back loop only in the next 3. Then we're going to do a split single crochet into the next 3 stitches. So we're not skipping anywhere there. And then right here, we're not adding a stitch yet. We're going to use our chain stitch and we're going to single crochet through the back loop only for 4 stitches. And now we're going to skip the next stitch and split single crochet 3 stitches. And then single crochet into the back loop only for 3. And then we'll be going back to our split single crochet in the back loop only repeat for the rest of the round. So that's how round 1 is worked after working round 8.